I'm stuck in traffic, so I'm going to do an illegal thing. I'm going to do some distracted driving and tell you about what I've been thinking about planning and goals, etc. Now, I used to have a book called Living Without a Goal. I thought that was going to be a great book to read, but you know, I set myself the goal of reading that book and never did. I don't think I even cracked the damn thing. So I think it's a good thing. Those people who can set goals and accomplish them, that's a good thing. But you see, when I was in the 9th grade, this is what poisoned my mind toward goals, besides the fact that I'm terribly lazy and uncoordinated. Yeah. When I was in the 9th grade, they said, so what do you want to take when you get to high school? And in the 12th grade, they had this thing called calculus. Well, you can imagine in the 9th grade what a firm grasp I had on whatever the heck calculus was. So, you know, that wasn't in the picture. And in the 9th grade, I blew up a toilet using calcium carbide. And so they expelled me for 3 days. And so when I got to the 10th grade, they said, well, he's not really serious about school. So they put me in bonehead English and bonehead math. And finally, some teacher complained. And I guess then they thought they would move me up to advanced placement math and English. And, you know, the original guess was correct. I didn't work. I got good grades in math. I got lousy grades in English because I didn't work. But in math, I didn't need to work. I just sat and listened. It made perfect sense. I tried that same thing in law school. That did not work. Law school was not something you could just sit and understand. It's all made up. Okay, so anyway, so I get to the 12th grade and I took calculus just because it sounded interesting. Why not? And I took a physics class where you also had to have calculus while you took the physics. And I think I got A's. So, you know, how the heck could I have planned that from the 9th grade? How stupid would that be? And I remember one time I was in the Landmark Forum and they were talking about, you know, setting a goal and then, you know, making your life all about hitting this goal. And I said, you know, this is like you and me standing in front of a jungle full of fruits, mangoes and pineapples and papayas and, I don't know, berries, standing in front of this jungle full of fruits, and you are a commitment to pancakes. Now, how stupid is that? Let's go in the jungle and see what there is to eat. You don't go in with a commitment that you're going to find pancakes. But on the other end, you know, there are people who've done that. They have gone in with a commitment to pancakes and they got themselves pancakes. Okay. Well, so Werner Erhard did this very interesting thing about living toward a goal. And that was, imagine throwing out in front of you, let's say a book, a phone book, and that phone book is your goal. So a few things become present as you're living toward that goal. The one is that you know, you'll swerve a little to the right, you'll swerve a little to the left, and you have to keep pulling yourself back to the straight line toward the goal. So you are cutting yourself off from other possibilities, cutting yourself off from things in life so that you can focus on getting to that goal. Another characteristic is that hitting the goal is when life will happen. And so there's always this sense of, well, I'm not there yet. You know, I'm not down to 110 pounds, so real life hasn't started yet. I haven't found the person of my dreams, so my life hasn't started yet. I don't have $1 million. I don't have my Corvette, so you know, real life has not started yet. Well, so then another characteristic of living toward a goal is that then you hit it. You got your goal. And you're left with this sense of, well, was that it? Is that all there is? Okay. Now let's suppose instead you go stand on top of that phone book. Now, instead of living toward a goal, imagine that you are living from a commitment, living from a stand. So instead of living toward the goal of having $1 million, suppose that you live from the stand that you have plenty, that your life is rich and full. Instead of living toward the goal of finding the love of your life, come from the commitment that you have love in your life, that your life is nothing but love. Okay. And can you now, I think that it would follow, if you're going to live that way, that you probably do need to invent little games to help you evaluate how are you doing on living from the commitment. So those look like goals. Maybe you can call them goals, but just be aware of the downside of goals and be aware that what you are doing is creating little games to bring to your consciousness where are you standing in your commitment. So that's what I got to say today on the subject of goals, commitments, and living life without a goal. And in my case, possibly not living at all if I don't pay attention to traffic. Love y'all.